such a special day today. Today, I am excited to welcome you to Unapologetically D. I have an absolutely amazing and fantastic guest with me today, Cindy, who I met through my podcast mentor, Mr. Lou. You've got to rewind it back, watch a couple episodes. You will see Lou, and as a matter of fact, he's going to be on an upcoming episode as well. After Cindy and I had a brief introduction, we learned that we have so many things in common that I said, you know what? I've got to have you on the show. So here we are on Unapologetically D with Cindy. And Cindy, would you please introduce yourself to the people?
Definitely. Hey, everybody. My name is Cindy. Oh, I get stuck. My name is Cindy. I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. I'm a gym addict. I'm a trainer.
All those things.
Yeah.
All those things, and such an inspiration, I am sure, which you are going to see as we get into this conversation, which is exactly what it is. It's a conversation on Unapologetically D. I have real people, we have real conversations, and the goal is and always will be to make a real impact. So the first part that I want to talk about, because I think that, Cindy, people don't really realize how important teachers are in our kids' lives. And for you, being a teacher, I just know that it takes a special type of person to be able to dedicate your life to that. So the classroom, lessons beyond the desk. What would you say was the first thing that pulled you towards teaching? Was it purpose, passion, or a defining moment?
The crazy thing is, when I was a child, I would play school with the kids in the neighborhood. And I was always the teacher. I'd make report cards and teach them math and all those things. I was about 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I started volunteering in the schools with my kids. Really got into it, really loved it. Enjoyed the children, having, being an impact in children's lives, helping them, watching them grow.
Yeah.
And being there more ways than just education.
Mm.
A teacher is so much more than just teaching the standards, teaching the curriculum.
Yes. 100%. I know when we were talking in our couple of weeks ago, I had mentioned that I have some family that's teachers. And so I've learned about stuff like outside of the classroom that takes place because not everybody's home life is like the best, right? And so one of the things, even for myself, that I can remember certain teachers that really made a huge impact in my life, even to this day at 49 years old, which just goes to show how important teachers are in our lives. Um, what would you say is one lesson that your students have taught you that changed how you show up in life on a regular basis?
Oh my goodness, the lessons I've learned from teaching throughout the years is everybody. I, you can say, not say everybody, but everybody has things going on in their lives.
Mm,
And how important it is to make connections and know what's going on with your students. I call them my kids.
yeah.
I got kids at school coming, hey mom, good morning, mom. But
Yeah.
they're my children. So
Mhm,
it goes beyond just being students.
mhm.
Um, they've taught me a lot about the compassion for others and empathy, which I feel I've always had it, but
Yeah.
you notice it more. You notice it quicker when somebody's needing something or going through something.
Yeah, that's so special. And so I think, like I said, it's just, I don't know that everybody fully appreciates and understands how much teachers mean to the generation that's up and coming. When you think about it, how much time, just like as adults, we spend X amount of hours at work. Same thing with students, they're at school like all day long for the most part. And so, yeah, it's just definitely can make a huge impact on kids' lives, either which way, too. Um, Teaching is definitely something that can be emotional. And I know this from some of the conversations that I've had with my family. But how would you say that you fill up your own cup so that you can continue to pour into others?
Oh, there are days that are mentally and emotionally exhausting.
Hmm.
You know, you never know what's going to happen from day to day
Yeah,
in the school world
right.
for children. Uh,
Mm,
and sometimes once you leave work, you're mentally exhausted.
yeah.
'Cause, you've got stuff piled on your plate here
Hmm.
um, from the school side. And then you have, your children that are going through things. You have, things that happen throughout the day.
Right.
And sometimes you're mentally exhausted, and that's why I value my gym time.
Right. That's what I was getting ready to say to you. I know that sometimes you might not even feel just because you are mentally exhausted going to the gym. Like you might not feel like physically like you want to go, but once you get there and get into it, it's like your happy place. You're able to just like exhale, right? And
You
kind
breathe,
of just let it.
let it all out.
Yes, exactly. Let it all out. That's why I'm so excited to talk about the gym portion too. I mean, all of these are amazing, but that's one way that I know that you and I 100% can connect on is that gym.
That's my mental health. That's my therapy. Some
Yes,
people have all different ways of working their things out. That's my way. And
yes.
while I'm working those things out, I'm working on myself, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
putting myself down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which is so important in the whole grand scheme of things, right? Is that the mental and the physical are connected and they're so intertwined that if you're not taking care of one, then you're definitely going to notice it on the other side. And that's why I know, it's very important to keep your mind sharp, but also you got to keep yourself like physically, you've got to take care of yourself. So, okay, well, everybody knows on Unapologetically D, I tend to digress and start talking about all kinds of other things before we're actually supposed to. So on, let me make sure I keep to the program. Uh,
Okay.
so when did you realize your role as an educator extended beyond academics? And that it was also about connection and showing up for people in different ways?
I can say my first year teaching, whew, it was crazy. It's your first year, you're just getting in there. It was my second year that I really, really, would dig in deep about making those connections
Mm,
and understanding my children and my students. And once you're able to build those connections with your students,
mm,
they're going to do well for you. They know they're heard, they know they're seen, they know they're cared about.
yeah,
I feel like that's missing in a lot of places.
yes, yes. And in the teaching profession. I mean, again, not all teachers are the same. Not all teachers are created equally. However, I will say that it does take a special type of person to just even want to go into that profession. And like you said, the first year I think can be quite overwhelming, or it can be like you're just kind of getting your feet on the ground and catching your footing, right? And learning everything, not only about the school, but you also have people that you work with, and then you have your students, right? So, you've been teaching now for how long? And can you just talk a little bit about where you teach, and the grade that you teach and what you teach?
I've been teaching 12 years. A little over 2 years before that, I worked with students with autism.
Okay.
So before I was in the regular ed classroom, I worked with kids that had autism, and I would go and help them in the regular classroom and set them up and get their routines going, help the teachers, you
Mhm.
know, help those students. It was a great experience. It taught me taught me so much about children that experience different things different ways. Because
Right.
when you talk about the spectrum, it's
Mm.
never ending. There's no start, there's no beginning. Everybody's different. And that's just like everybody in our classroom every day. Everybody's different.
And the students that you are teaching now, you are teaching in, is it an elementary school? And you are, it was third grade, was that?
Yeah, I teach third grade math and science. I'm working
Yeah.
on my administration.
Yes, that is the part that I was going to ask about, which is, by the way, look, at any stage in your life, regardless of whether or not you are a mom and a grandma and a fitness instructor and a teacher. I'm sorry, I just have to throw all those things out because those are all of the things. But I'm just saying that you have all of those things that you are giving your everything to. And then on top of that, you are doing something to further your career, which is absolutely amazing. And I commend you for that because I'm going to be honest with you, Cindy. I told my parents this. I told my husband this because in the industry that I come from, which is like the technology space, security, physical security, things like that, stuff that you need for your computer. I had to take multiple tests, and I am just not good at taking tests. I mean, oh, I wanted to do real estate. I got so overwhelmed with the test taking. Meanwhile, my husband is like, oh, tests are easy. Tests are easy. Is it easy for you to take tests? Do you have to study a certain type of way for
Yeah,
you?
like for big tests, I get test anxiety.
Oh, you do.
The last time when I graduated my bachelor's, I was on some medicine a couple months before my test
Hmm.
so that I would be able to take my test and not have that high anxiety. Because my test anxiety is I want to do like the best, I want to
Yeah.
pass the first time, I want to do great. Um,
Hmm.
so you have that test anxiety. Sometimes it's so bad you've studied, and you hit that test and your brain goes like this.
Yeah. Yes. It's very difficult. I know. One of the more recent test, I guess, series that I went through was for personal training. And the part that stumped me the most was remembering all of the different muscles throughout a human body. And so I like tried to put together sentences that were not the same word, but started with the same letter
Yeah.
to try to remember it that way. It helped me do a little bit better, but still, it's like I feel like if I truly am able to become better at taking tests, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make that like mental block that I get that comes when I don't know, girl. It's I'm just not the test taker. Let's just say that. But when it comes to like being able to stand in front of people and talk and do it that way and things from my memory, way better. Like I could do that with ease. Yeah, with ease.
And the
So
training test is not easy, by the way.
I know which
I
you,
studied for that.
yeah, so fam. Cindy, we're about to start talking about the gym portion of Cindy's journey in her life. And she just mentioned that taking the personal trainer test is not easy. So let's get into this part. The gym, where strength speaks louder than words. So everybody knows in Unapologetically D, one of the things that I have always said is that previously in my life, I felt like I was always muted in my professional life, in my personal life. I felt like if I said something, that it was going to like ruffle people's feathers or, make somebody not want to be with me or whatever BS it was. That was just what I was feeling, right? So I now am like, I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to be respectful, but I feel like from your words, you really draw strength, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I said earlier is it's not just the physical part of it, it's also the mental side of it as well. So, how did fitness become a part of your story? Was it always a part of your life, or was it something that you turned to during like a major shift in your life?
Well, I was an athlete in high school. I played different sports. I was active. When my second child, I was running. I did a lot of running. I didn't get into weight training until later in life when I had a circumstance come up that kicked me into gear to get my stuff together. but, But you know, you go through things in life and you're not happy and things happen to you and sometimes you mentally and physically let yourself go.
Yeah. Yes.
And you don't realize it until you're like, how did I get here?
Mhm.
And you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, and you look at the clothes, the size clothes, you're like, how did I get here?
Yeah. Yes.
Like I was a size 16, 18, 230 pounds.
Mm.
I got to that point.
Mhm. Mhm.
And and then my brother got sick and needed a kidney.
Oh, wow.
And he was in bad shape. I
Mm.
said, well, I'm going to do see what I can do to be a kidney donor.
Yeah.
So I filled out the paperwork and had a couple tests done, and they told me like your BMI is morbidly obese.
Mm.
You can't be a donor until you get your BMI to a certain level. So
Okay.
I was like, okay, I'm going to work at this because I don't want to lose my brother.
Yeah.
Um, so that's when I really started to get myself back together, pick myself,
Mm.
work on that for him, but it was also for myself too.
Right. Right.
So when
Right.
my brother tells me, he goes, "You saved my life," I'm like, "No, you saved mine."
Oh
You
my
just
God.
don't know how much you saved my life in this process
Oh,
because it
wow.
made me get myself together,
Yeah.
realize where I was at.
Mm. That's so, so special. Oh my gosh. That makes me feel emotional. It really does.
It made
For
me be emotional.
many different reasons. It makes me feel emotional. And I won't do that right now. I'm going to just sit with that for a moment because man, wow, an amazing thing, Cindy. What an
Now,
amazing thing.
then you're told, the background, oh, this is temporary. You're not going to do it. Da, 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 da.
Mm,
I was like, no, this is a forever change.
yeah. It fuels you, doesn't it? I feel like it's something that fuels you when people tell you that it's not something that's going to last or that you can't do it,
Yeah.
you know? Wow, that's an amazing story. That really touches my heart.
And then a year later, I was able to have the surgery and give my brother a kidney, and I have not stopped.
You have not stopped. I know, because look at you. Look, fam. Cindy and I will have a conversation and we will see if I can share some of her information as far as like socials because this woman right here, the Kettlebell Queen, I don't know if that is your official term, but I'm calling her the Kettlebell Queen. And the back definition in the back. Yes. Okay. I might have to pull one of those videos and put it up when she's sitting on the ground and using the kettlebells doing like an overhead. People, let me tell you the strength. So what has the gym taught you about discipline, grace, or confidence that you carry over into the other areas of your life?
So people are just, people look at you like, oh, you just go to the gym, or you work out all the time. No, it's way more than that. It's taught me to respect myself, to
Hmm.
do it because I love myself, not because I hate myself.
Yeah,
A lot of us, we first start our journey, guess what? We're starting because we don't like ourselves.
so true.
And I had to turn that around because we can get negative with ourselves. Social media, you always
Mm,
got pictures of perfection everywhere and
yep,
filter stuff and Photoshop stuff everywhere. And
yes,
had to learn to do it out of love for myself.
yeah, yeah, yes. And once you start down that path and you start with that mindset change that it is for yourself, I feel like it really sparks something inside, and you're like, I'm going to keep on going. Like, I'm going to keep on doing this because, yeah, okay, I might like look better in clothes or feel better in
It
clothes or
does
whatever.
feel great.
Right. Yeah.
Your progress.
Yes. Yes. And, one of the things that I know from I learned from our conversation before is that, um, you have like a group of women that you work out with, and you guys are able to lift each other up and encourage each other. And that is one thing that I truly feel like there's really not a lot of places like the gym where you have a group of women that can come together and like lift each other up and really have that same mindset when it comes to taking time for you, right? Doing the things that you need to do for yourself to be healthy physically and mentally. And you've got your girl with you side by side that's like, yeah, girl, let's do this, you know? Because there's days that like, I'm like, I don't want to go to the gym,
And that's
right?
human. We're human. People think we're like machines, but we have those days.
Yes, because exactly what you said, we are human. And that's
Mhm.
the only way. I mean, that's the only way that you can look at it is that none of us are perfect, right? There's
No,
going to be days when you don't want to, but that's like when I was having the conversation of my dad on a podcast some time ago, he said, it's not about like right now. And that's one thing that I learned. It's a lifestyle. And once you get that into your head that it's a lifestyle, even on those days when you don't go, because for whatever reason, and you have to give yourself grace. That's also something that I learned. If you
yeah,
don't give yourself grace, it's so much easier to fall back into that slump. So on
it
the
is.
days that I haven't gone, I'm like, that's okay, girl. This is your lifestyle. So you'll get up and go then tomorrow, you know? Or there have even been days when I was like, I didn't want to go in the morning, but I let myself like have some time, whatever that was, to decompress or whatever. And then in the afternoon, because I'm not usually an afternoon girl, gym girl, I was like,
Yeah,
I'm just go. I'm just gonna go. And I felt so good about doing it because I made that decision. Nobody said you have to go to the gym, you
yep,
know. That's when I think the rewards that I get daily is that nobody's telling me that I have to go to the gym. I'm saying you're gonna go to the gym because you want to.
and you know that mentally you're going to feel better afterwards.
Yep,
I'm
yep,
going to sleep
exactly.
better. I'm going to be able to focus better. I'm going to mentally feel better.
Yep, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly, and that's such a beautiful thing. That's why I love how that intertwines with the physical side of it. The physical side of it helps you mentally, which helps you physically. Because if you're not stressed out, right, you go, you work out, it relieves your stress, and then you're able to sleep better. You're able
yep.
to focus, all of those things. Um, Movement. How has it helped you process or release things that life has thrown your direction? Because I know we talked and I know that there's been some things that have been thrown your direction. So how has your fitness
Gosh,
journey helped you?
it has, and I had to sit back and reflect because we've been in the dating scene.
Mhm.
People love, oh, you work out, da, 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 da. And then you get to dating, you're like, why you go so much? Da, 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 you gotta do this all the time.
Mm.
And I'm just like, no, this is my time.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's one thing, I would never give up my training time.
nope.
I
No.
was like, no, don't. You want to ask me to get my training time? You could just roll. So
Bye.
you
Bounce,
know, this is
right?
my life. This is a part of my life. If it bothers you, then you just need to go on.
Because you know what, Cindy? Honestly, if somebody is really about you, they're going to figure out how to fit in. Like it's like puzzle pieces that fit together, right? We fit
Yeah.
into each other's lives. You don't try to tell somebody, oh no, you need to edit this out of your life. No, because if you're really about me, then you're going to be like, rah, rah, go girl, right? Not like, why are you going so much? Like you
Or
said, you
people
need to
say,
go.
oh, you lift heavy, so you got ego. No, it's not ego. It's me versus me and my goals. I have
Yes.
goals.
She
You know,
said what she said, people. She said what she said. Yes, I couldn't agree with you.
it's not for anybody else but myself.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
can do it, I'll do it.
Yep, yep,
And hopefully that'll empower another person to be able to push themselves.
yes, yes. And it's like once you set those goals and then you achieve those goals, oh my gosh, it's such a huge mental boost. You just feel so good about just you, right? Which, like you said in the beginning, you don't sometimes more so than not, you don't necessarily people they start out their gym journey, their fitness journey feeling so great and happy about themselves. It's usually something that they want to make a change to. They want to feel better, you know? And so you set those goals, small or big, And when you accomplish them, it's like the best feeling is you hit the lotto, you
Yeah.
know, because it's not easy. Even the small goals, because say your goal is, hey, I want to go to the gym and I want to walk on the treadmill 30 days every day for the next 2 weeks. That's what I want to do. You still got to get up and go. You still have to put your clothes on. You still have to get in your car and drive there. So even though walking on a treadmill might not be super difficult for a lot of people, some people, yes, very difficult. Um, it's still a lot of things and actions that you have to do and steps that you have to take in order to get to that gym, in order to get on that treadmill, and then you have to walk the 30 minutes. So lifting
That's
heavy,
why I don't get the whole gym shaming stuff. When I see it, it makes me sick.
me too.
Because I'm like, when I see somebody in the gym, I don't care who it is, I'm proud of them. Hey,
Yes.
I'm here today. And I've
Yep.
said, or like, it was a rough day. I said, but you're here today. You showed up for yourself.
Yeah. Yep. And they had to make those decisions. That's what I tell everybody in my cycling classes. I'm like, there's only one you, right? And you made the choice to get up, put your clothes on, put
Yep.
one foot in front of the other. Then when you got to the gym, you walked back here to this cycling room and got on this bike and said, I'm gonna let D make me sweat for the next hour. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, like, you have to make all those choices. So for you, like I said earlier, she's coach, the kettlebell queen. I don't even have this on here, but let's just talk a little bit more in detail about what you do as far as the coaching side, and then with your programs, your fitness classes that you teach.
Yeah. On my training side, my focus is women.
Yeah.
I've had some men reach out, but sometimes it's just, oh, we want the trainer Cindy.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
yeah, we through that. Oh,
Uh-huh.
can we talk about my goals over dinner? No, sir. You know.
I mean, look at you, Cindy, look at you. But yeah, keep it going.
So I was like, but my focus, my primary focus, and I'm in a small town, is women.
Hmm.
I want to empower women to feel amazing in wherever they're at in life.
Yeah.
Um, and to help them along this journey, like it has helped me.
Hmm.
They'll have the support right out the gate.
Yeah. Which is such a beautiful thing because, like we were just saying, one of I think, the most beautiful places to build friendships with women where you truly know that you have the same mindset and you're going to support each other and you want to achieve the same goals is the gym, right? Because it's
Yeah.
difficult. It's just hard to be a woman. Let's be real. It's
That's
just
where I
hard
met
to
my
be.
best friends. So two of them were people that I trained.
Yes.
My
See,
one friend, Anitra, accidentally walked into my kettlebell class. She's like, and I almost walked out because I didn't. She goes, I saw you in there. I was like, I don't know if I want this.
uh, and you know what? The kettlebell class. So this is something I love the kettlebell. I have some myself and I try to use it, incorporate it into my routines because I do a lot of full body stuff and I feel like you can do so much. But could you just, as a professional in this space, could you just share how beneficial a kettlebell would be for somebody if they do not have access going to like a gym, that they could just have the kettlebell and do some things at home that could completely help them?
Oh my goodness. The kettlebell is a functional tool that could cover every muscle of your body.
Mm,
Takes care of it has your mobility, it's your functional training, it's your weight training, it's your stability. I
mm,
mean, every muscle in your body. So when I get a chance, I do train at home because I have a kettlebell gym in my house.
yeah, yeah.
That kettlebell's up to 100 pounds.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, I swing that baby, clean up my I named it Bob.
I love that.
So yeah, so my big boy's named Bob. And but it's a full body workout.
Yeah,
It covers all aspects of training.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if you want to do a home workout, get you a couple kettlebells and you are good.
You are good to go. And that is something that I learned like a little bit about during COVID because my dad has a full gym at home, and that was one of the things that he had. So I was like, Dad, can I borrow a couple? Just because like I just wanted to start off somewhere. I wanted to do something, and I knew that you could do easy movements with that. But I've learned so much during my fitness journey that it really is like an all-inclusive workout every part, like you just said, of your
And it
body.
connects your brain to your muscle.
Mm,
When you've got that bell up in the air and you're doing certain movements, you are in tuned and you are focused.
yeah, because you're not trying to knock yourself out, right?
And your body's connecting different areas for that movement.
Yeah, yeah, and also I would say it is an interesting, I mean, yes, you have the grip, right? But it's an interesting thing to move around if you're doing certain movements, and you have to be very, very intentional about the way that you move so that you do not injure yourself, because you could injure yourself, like you said, when you have it above your head and things like that. So, yeah, but again, people, very, very easy thing to have access to that you could utilize in your home
And
workouts.
for all ages, like I got people in my kettlebell class in their 20s up to 80 years old.
Oh, see, that is amazing.
I just make modifications. So, I got two people that have a hard time getting up and down a lot. So, guess what? When we're going up and down, I have another, routine for them to do working that same muscle group as we're doing the other. So,
Yes, that is so when you can be creative in your classes, that is one of the beauties. I know for myself as an instructor, I say I try to have something for everybody when it comes to the music
yeah,
because not everybody likes everything, right? I like to ride to the beat because it's really easy to ride to the beat when you're in a cycling class. But not everybody likes hip hop. Not everybody likes techno. So I try to incorporate everything, and by doing that, I have people of all ages and all walks of life that
yeah.
come to my classes, which is one of the things that makes me like the happiest, right? Because then that means that other people that maybe might be on the outside looking in are not intimidated when they look in. They don't see like a bunch of 20 somethings and they're like, oh, dang, I don't want to go in there, because I don't fit.
Okay, well, I see so and so, if she's doing, her thing, how she's doing it for her. And then, you got the others here doing this. And
Yeah, yeah, I love it. And you know what? And I will look at it like this. When you have people from all walks of life and all ages. One of the things that I love so much is building community. And
yeah,
people that normally wouldn't talk with each other just if they were at the gym doing their own thing are now talking to each other. And that's really what it's all about. Again, like helping people and just building the community and lifting each other up and helping people like gain confidence, right? Because confidence, I feel, is like so powerful. Feel like if
boost
you're
you up, because you're so proud of. You're like, hey, you did, you
yeah,
got up a weight this week. You're doing this week, and
yep, yep. And
I
then they
work
know,
it.
yeah, and they're like, oh my goodness, Coach Cindy she's here with me, right? She's doing this with me. She's gonna be by my side. And it's just something that I think really helps to motivate people and keep them going. We've kind of talked about it, but would you say that there's anything specifically that you utilize fitness, like how do you utilize fitness to empower others besides the physical transformation that they may experience?
How do I use fitness?
Yeah, like beyond the physical side of it in their transformation. How do you use it to like empower them?
Well, with my clients that I train, one thing I do not do is I do not weigh my people.
Mm,
I've had a lot of women come to me that have had eating disorders, had issues with food, and I'm just like, so I made that choice early on. We're not focusing on the number on the scale. We're focusing on your measurements and your results.
mm-hmm, mm,
I said, if you have a scale at home, put it away somewhere.
yeah,
Because if some people get so focused on it, it causes a disorder.
yes,
And
yes, 100%.
your hard work isn't going to be shown on the number on that scale.
Mm-mm.
Eventually, you'll see it go down, but your hard work's going to show in how you feel
Yeah,
and how
yes,
you're.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And I know from my own personal experience and conversations with other women, all different sizes, all different ages even. Um,
Mhm.
30 days for a woman is a lot different than 30 days for a man when it comes to the way that our bodies like fluctuate from all of the different things that we go through. So you could weigh 150 pounds on this day, a Sunday, and then on a Tuesday, you could weigh 155. And
Yep.
that is why the scale is like can really play tricks with you and can affect you mentally, which then, like we've said, can affect you on the physical side. Because then you get stressed out and you're like, oh, I've been going and I've been putting in all this effort. I've even changed the way that I'm eating. I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm getting a lot of, cardio in or whatever it might be. I'm lifting, I'm doing all of these things, and yet the scale is showing me something different.
Well, I
And
don't
I
need
know,
this day, or I don't need to, maybe I just need
yes,
to give up because it's not working. And
and then it makes people want to stop.
mhm.
Even if you've gone like, even if you're a month, 6 months into your journey, you could be far into your journey. But if you get fixated on that scale and you start letting it dictate the way that you feel on a daily basis, you'll become less energized. You'll want to go to the gym less often. And then before you know it, that normal routine or lifestyle that you created of staying active and moving your body and eating the way that you know is healthy for you changes to, I'm feeling sad. I'm just going to sit on the couch and watch TV. Oh, it's okay if I have this food, for the next 5 days. It's okay. You know what I mean? And it's just like this repetitive cycle, right? And so, yeah, it's being able as a coach to like drop and sprinkle those little seeds of positivity
Yep.
into your teams and your people's lives is such a rewarding thing. I know. It makes you feel like good about yourself, right? Because you're so happy for them and that you were able to do something to help them in their journey. I know that more so than anything, when somebody comes to me and says, thank you for that amazing class, I'm
Yeah.
like, that's the
Yeah.
best part of my day.
Oh, I love my people.
Yeah, they make me smile all the time. They really make me smile all of the time.
I had a lady that I trained. She's like, and now she actually, it's great when the people that you train, you get them on your level and then you train together as a team.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
But she's like, when I
I,
first started training with you, I was not in a good place.
uh-huh.
And
Mhm.
she's like, and I'm in such a great place now.
Oh, yeah.
And this
That's
was two
true.
years later. Now, now we're training partners.
Yes. And you could push each other. Isn't that
Yes,
such a
we do.
beautiful thing? I love that. I really love that when you have somebody, because like, I don't know, I could be assuming, Cindy, but you seem like the type of woman that will push yourself because you have goals that you want to set. But when you have somebody that's there with you, because like I've seen your videos and we've had conversations, and then also like even like with you and with Lou, when you have
Yeah.
somebody that's like working out with you, I don't know, it's just I like it. It's fun. It's exciting.
Oh
It,
yeah, I love our Lou and I's workouts together, and then showing my amazing women and showing them off and their hard work. And
yes. Yes. It's just something about being able to do that and what it does for the other person too, right? It's just something about, I don't know. I've always been the type of individual that likes to spread as much positivity around, and I feel like especially now with the way that things are in the world today, spreading positivity as much as possible is like just the way to go. It's just the
and
way.
I love having a partner to work out with Lou. I mean, I was just like, this is a first experience for me. Having my
Oh,
gym. We'll do a couple things together, and we go our separate ways.
yeah.
Do our little things, and we meet back. Circle around each other.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, that's been amazing to have that support.
I love
Both
that.
have goals. It might not be exactly the same, but you both have goals you're achieving for longevity.
Yes, yes.
How to enjoy life longer.
Yeah. Yeah, because as we start to get older in life, things are not they don't come quite as easily as as they used to. Like I mean, I know there are days when I wake up and I'm like, that surely didn't hurt yesterday, but it hurts today. And so when you have somebody that is, maybe could possibly be experiencing those things as you get a little bit older in life and they're still wanting to go, just that motivation that you're able to give to one another is I think a really powerful thing. And when it's your partner, it's a cool thing. But having your girls next to your side, that's beautiful. And also to take it a step further before we wrap up the gym section for you specifically, Cindy, having women that have not only grown so much mentally, but physically and are able to train side by side that have become your friends, that is really, really special. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just means so much to me. We're working out together, and I plan the workouts, get it all together for us. And then you're just watching everybody rotate, everybody work, and then you're telling them, okay, now get it. You got one more. You can get it. So we're all cheering each other on. It's just it's absolutely amazing and beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So
you got it, girl.
Yes. So gym girlies, just know we are on opposite sides of the country, but we feel the same way, Cindy and I. So many things in common. It is crazy, but how powerful fitness is. And just having that mindset of wanting to make different lifestyle choices and doing it for you and how it can truly bring people together. And I love the fact that you have a focus on women. I think that that is something that is needed out there. And, I really do feel like you're making a huge impact in both at the gym and also in the classroom setting and beyond. So let's talk about
club at school too.
Oh, yeah, talk about that. Talk about that. That's right. You did tell me that. That is so cool.
This is my second year. I'm looking into grants and other things to get